We are live from Colectco in Lebanon, Tennessee, with the official HeelSection podcast. And not a lot to talk about, but still plenty to talk about.
Yeah,
If that makes any sense?
Exactly. Yeah.
Because wrestling was kind of meh all week for me. But there were some things that stood out. I don't know where you guys want to start.
Where did we leave off? What did we talk about last week? We shot on Thursday. We didn't talk about SmackDown, so start with SmackDown.
Okay, well, we can open. Well, that's a great place to start because that's the thing that bothered me the most this week. And it's not even the show as much as it was some of the fans on X after the show. But
Twitter for
the show,
other people.
yeah. The show was advertised all week. The return of Roman Reigns, right? Right? Am I wrong about that? That was the advertisement for the show.
That's what we saw.
So the show starts. Wrestling had more than one world. That whole stupid thing. Cody comes out and cuts a pointless promo, and then bloodline stuff ensues. They go at it for a minute. Kevin Owens comes out to help, and when Kevin Owens is getting ready to leave, Cody says, "Hey, wait a minute. I want to talk to you about something." And then proceeds to tell him that because he's always had his back, that Cody has chosen him as his next opponent, and he's going to give him a title shot at Bash at Berlin. Which Owens says he doesn't want. He says, you don't need to do that. I'm not really, trying to get the title right now, and my win-loss record hasn't been great. It's not necessary. Cody just insists and insists and insists. And even to the point where they go back and talk to Aldis about it, and Owens is giving him the same spiel, like, hey, there's other guys in the locker room, better win-loss records than me. They deserve it. Give it to one of them. I don't, I want to earn it, yada, yada, yada. And Nick Aldis is like, I've heard enough. You get the title shot.
Which makes no sense.
The whole thing makes no sense. It's like, oh, hey, man, we're friends. I'm just going to give you a title shot because I get that's what I get to do because I'm the Universal Champion.
Yeah, I saw the poster. I was like, wait a minute, Kevin? KO? What happened? What did I miss? And
Don't get me wrong.
Apparently I didn't.
I love KO.
Exactly.
He's one of my favorite wrestlers in the world.
When was the last time he won the match?
It's been a minute. He's been he's been in this bloodline crap for so long that I wish he was not in anymore. And hopefully this is going to get him out of it because if the KO that I know and love is still exists in there, he's going to 100% turn on Cody Rhodes. And he'll help beautifully because of the disrespect he's showing by just saying, hey, I choose you because I think I can beat you. I'm going to choose you, buddy. Come have a title shot.
The problem with that is it's probably going to be after a boring match after Cody does beat it that he does turn.
Oh, I think Cody's going to beat it.
He's going to beat
it. Yeah. He's not going to drop the title.
But maybe we'll get the real Kevin Owens back. Because it's for me, it's just disrespectful. Like the way that he just insisted. No, it's you. You're the guy. I'm giving you a title shot. Oh, I don't want it. Nah, it doesn't matter. I'm going to give you one anyway. But I don't want one. I don't deserve it. No, you do. I said so. So you're getting it. See you in Germany. Like, that's really how it came
So it's at the German show, Bash in Berlin?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, I'm here for the match. I love KO. I watch his matches all the time. But hopefully Cody won't do a 15-minute entrance again with a silly mask and random legend in the back. I know his dog won't be there. Yeah, that's done. Well, he's got a new dog, apparently. So he'll probably start bringing that one.
The new dog gets to make the road trips?
Who knows? Who knows anymore? He's such a weirdo. I don't understand any of it. But
well, it being in overseas, probably can't take the dog.
You never know.
Yeah.
Depends on where you're going, I guess.
Yeah, I guess so.
On X/Twitter, all I saw was Cody Rhodes had the highest rated segment of SmackDown all last week. And it just kind of made me laugh because everyone tuned in at the beginning of the show because they advertised who?
Roman Reigns.
Roman Reigns. Then Cody's music hits. And then my understanding, and I haven't looked at the actual numbers, so I don't want to say this is 100% accurate, but what I was reading was midway through that segment when Owens came out and they realized that's what the segment was going to be, like 300,000 viewers left.
They got the AEW treatment.
Right. So, I mean, good for them trying to support their boy. I get it. But, I mean, they pull things out of nowhere, and it grates on my nerves.
Yeah. What else happened on SmackDown? The only thing I saw of note was
Roman came out.
The Roman deal. They took out the Tongans, which I wasn't so happy with.
Yes.
So destroyed both Tonga and Tama.
Yeah.
Yeah. This wasn't where Tonga messed up again, was it? Where he couldn't find the turnbuckle when he was trying. That was
The
that
clip I saw was Roman taking Tama Tonga's head off at the clothesline outside the ring and spearing him through the barricade. Killed Tangaloa with some chair shots.
Yeah.
Which he did not botch taking the chair shots.
No, he did not. He took them.
It was pretty well.
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of the problem is the show was kind of forgettable. And I don't have a lot of other things to talk about. I mean, we've looked at the match card again today to try to refresh our memory, but I don't have any takeaways from a lot of it.
Nothing stood out.
No, just the pointless Cody thing at the beginning and then that Roman thing at the end. That's, for me, that was SmackDown.
Well, in my world, no wrestling exists between SmackDown and Monday Night Raw. So let's get to Monday.
We can do that. And that's probably my world this week, too, because I don't remember Collision at all. Sorry, Philip. We can ask Philip. He'll tell us what happened. Monday. What are your takeaways from Monday? Because, again, the show itself didn't do much for me. Braun and Sammy had a rematch.
Well, you got to talk about the spot where he chucked him over the barricade.
Yeah,
That was great. There were spots here and there.
That was worth watching. It was a good match.
You know, the Bronson Reed thing was good.
What'd you think about Sammy getting the first fall, though?
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
That's the new champion, though. Pins him in 4 minutes clean, in the middle of the ring.
They're clearly not ready to use Sammy to make Braun look super strong.
Right.
He gave him the title, but you're not squashing me.
He should have smashed him 2 straight falls.
I agree, but they're not going to do that.
That's what they should have done.
Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda, I guess. They don't ever do what they should have done, do they?
No, they don't.
Not
Because
usually.
then that, puts too much on Sammy, like, oh, you're weak. They still want to keep him higher up.
For what? What's he moving into?
Well,
I have no idea.
generic.
Maybe he'll feud with Owen when Owens turns into a bastard here in a couple of weeks in Berlin. Who knows?
All right.
Oh, no. I know what they're doing. Sammy and Jay are going to go after the tag belts. I think they kind of teased that.
Yeah.
See, I told you. I'm not remembering the whole show, but it's starting to come back.
He doesn't need to be super hot to go win the tag titles against, who are the champs on Raw? I don't even remember right now. Who is it? Judgment Day? Is that what it is?
It is Judgment Day.
Yes.
I knew it'd get there.
Yeah.
And, we could talk about all that, too. The same thing happened. I was going to ask you a question. Is it weird that Finn and his group are Judgment Day, but the 2 people that were originally in Judgment Day, they're not called Judgment Day?
Yeah, it's kind of
That's a little weird, right?
Yeah.
And they've renamed them. They've gone from the Terror Twins to now they're talking about calling them Street Trash.
I don't think they're going to call them Street
That's
Trash.
what they're gonna call them.
And I think McAfee called them the Terror
It's
Twins.
Street Trash.
You what?
They've got a graphic now. It's Street Trash.
Well, I hope you're right, because I'll take Street Trash, but
Yeah. Man.
I don't think they're going to go there, though.
What'd you think about the Dominic thing?
Which Dominic thing?
Yeah.
I love every Dominic
Okay,
thing.
the Undertaker, Damian Priest coming up behind him was pretty hilarious.
That was good. We've decided we're going to do a segment, Heel of the Week.
Yes.
And I think we're probably all going to agree by the end of the show that Dominic is going to be Heel of the Week this week.
Yep.
And probably many weeks. But we can determine that at the end of the show. But Dominic is just on another level as far as heel work right now, which is crazy. I mean, if you would have told me 5 years ago, I would have thought you were a lunatic. But
Yeah.
he's killing it with a mullet and a mustache, and he's just destroying it.
It's championship material.
Yeah, but they don't.
What do you think about Liv?
They don't
and
think he
Dom?
needs a title though.
Week 1 in, they have a better look, better run than Rhea and Dom did.
Rhea and Dom were pretty solid at the beginning of it.
yeah.
I love them together, and I love the way they've done it. I just my concern really is Rhea and Damian losing steam together. So I don't know, doing a babyface thing. It wasn't always, Rhea didn't get over that much as a babyface.
No.
She will.
right.
She is over, and she's going to be fine. But I just think it's going to take some of their steam. Maybe I'm wrong. We'll find
So
out.
they built a mixed tag match, correct?
Yeah.
You got Backstabber Balor He's the one teaming up, right?
Yeah.
Liv against Damien and Rhea.
No, it's
No.
Liv and Dom.
Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, it's Liv and
Yeah.
Dom.
I thought I saw Finn was in that.
Not that I'm aware of.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm enjoying what they're doing with Damien lately. They're letting him be way more of like an aggressive brawler kind of guy, and it's working. But still, I just don't know. Just having them two together by themselves, I don't know how long they can play that. So I guess we'll find out.
Right.
Well, moving along to the only other interesting thing that happened on Raw. Bronson Reed again.
Yeah,
Yep.
Saving
and
the
poor
show.
R-Truth.
Yeah, all Truth got the business.
He did get the business.
Miz got the business.
He went
Truth
on.
really
He went
got the
on
business.
Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it, and said something like "broken ribs," blah 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 blah, and named all his injuries and what he was going through. And Bronson Reed replied, "It was just Monday for me."
That's what I thought.
I told you, Bronson Reed's his social media is fantastic. If you don't follow him, I'd highly recommend it. But yeah, I mean, they're doing it right, and I'm going to go back to Pierce again. He kind of let him know again. I mean, and Drew told him, "Hey, man," and he didn't do anything about it. And then you
Yep.
saw what happened with that whole situation.
Well, I mean, to be fair, he was given competition this week. He was fed a former two-time world champion, two-time Grand Slam champion,
Yeah,
who he crushed.
well, yeah,
So,
whatever if you want to call it that. I mean, R-Truth is what he is.
The Miz. He beat the Miz first.
He did beat the Miz, but I'm just saying, like,
Miz, then he crushed the Truth.
yeah. And what are they doing with the Miz? He's just there to talk, and occasionally they'll give him a match. Is that what it
He's
is
at
now?
the point of his career, he's just putting people over.
Yeah.
He gave him his last hurrah with the Money in the Bank win a year or two ago, and now he's just
Yeah, 'cause
let him have it, do his thing.
He doesn't need a belt
he's just circling the drain.
at all.
Yeah. I never was a big or really a fan of Miz, so I don't care.
Same.
Even when he had the belt and he beat Cena at WrestleMania, you weren't temporarily like Miz is the
Well,
best.
I mean, there was a little applauding for that, but that was pretty much it.
You were there at that WrestleMania. It's a low light of shows I've attended.
Really?
Oh yeah, WrestleMania 27.
That was a low light?
Yeah, it was not a good show.
Well, I mean, but
Did you go to that?
no.
No. Okay, yeah. It sucked being there.
No, I've done 20 and 34. Those are the two. You've done multiple.
It's
So,
not fun. 27 is at the bottom of the list.
well, what's top of the list?
Top of the list. It's got to be 20, man.
Good. I was making sure that when we were at together, I wanted to be
Yeah,
on
that
it.
was number one. That's-
Even
that's
though
the
we're not
problem.
allowed to
It's
discuss the main event of that show,
Oh yeah.
when Chris Benoit won the heavyweight title. Well, you could say his name. We all know what he did. But he also, another thing he did was won the heavyweight championship at WrestleMania 20. We were there and saw it, so it happened.
While we're on Benoit for a second, we gotta.
Are we going to talk about Kevin Sullivan?
Kevin Sullivan.
Oh,
And
Look at that
interesting
segue.
thing- Yeah, that was a good segue. He talked about before he passed, Kevin Sullivan passed away. He made some kind of mention that he had some kind of
He did.
thing he was going to say about Benoit.
I haven't seen it. Have you seen
anything?
anything?
Yeah.
He didn't say it. He died first.
yeah.
Well, but you would
So
think
this-
maybe he wrote it down
this
or
like
told
ultimate-
somebody, hey, if I don't make
It's like an
it.
ultimate troll. He knew he was on his way out. He was
Probably.
like, I get the wrestling world one more
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, probably so.
The Benoit confession's coming.
Yeah, the HeelSection Facebook page was asking us earlier to talk about our favorite Kevin Sullivan moments. I don't know what mine would be. I mean, the first thing I remember of Kevin Sullivan, when I was trying to think back of what my first impression of, as I'm pretty sure was all the stuff he was doing with Dusty, with the loser leave town match, and Dusty comes back as the Midnight Rider. And didn't Kevin Sullivan wear a mask and call himself Lucifer and threw ink in Dusty's sister's face? And like, that's the Kevin Sullivan that I got introduced to. And I was like, this guy's a lunatic.
Yeah.
He stayed that way, but then I was starting to think of like the Varsity Club, and he did that stuff with the Steiners, and he's been through so many weird things. And then the Dungeon of Doom.
Dungeon of Doom.
We have to talk about the Dungeon of Doom, whether you loved it or hated it. Most people hated it.
All the guys they brought in to hope to drop the leg on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, these are all the guys from that other company you used to work for that you used to drop the leg on. Here they are again with makeup on their faces. They're scarier
They
now.
had some good matches in the early days of Nitro. They had him in there with like Fit Finley and
Oh, yeah.
Eddie Guerrero and all
Yeah,
those guys.
yeah.
They had some bangers back in the day. On
Yeah,
Nitro.
I loved Kevin Sullivan. It's just so hard for me to, it was hard for me to pinpoint like anything specific except for, like the first impression I got was this guy's like crazy and messing with Dusty Rhodes. And
I remember seeing him in print before I ever saw him wrestle. Some old magazines covered in blood with the double stuff, all this
Yeah.
panic with
Oh,
the
yeah,
business. And I'm like, as a teenager at the time, seeing that, who's this guy? What is this all about? I remember seeing him in ECW when he made his little run there. He was tag champs with somebody. It's escaping me at the moment.
Yeah. Well, if it's escaping you, then we're definitely not going to get it.
Yeah.
Because you're the ECW encyclopedia.
I'll come back to him as soon as we're done taping.
Probably so.
Either way,
It's funny because, like, I got a autographed picture from Kevin Sullivan in the Pro Wrestling Tee, crate box, whatever.
Was it autographed in blood?
I wish it was. If it was, I would have kept it. So I was like, it was that and Brooklyn Brawler. I was like, and it just just scribbled on there. So I was like, I'm just going to throw it up on eBay. I don't really need it. And sure enough, it had been sitting there for weeks. Nothing. And then as soon as he passed, bite now. I'm like, all right, there you go. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm looking it up.
I figured you were.
Carry on.
I knew it was going to drive
Yeah,
you
I'm
crazy.
trying to think who it was too.
I think it might have been Taz, but I didn't want to say that and be wrong.
Was it the Tasmaniac?
Yeah.
Tasmaniac, yeah.
I'm still scrolling. I don't know why it's so difficult to look at.
This is great material for the podcast.
Super good.
This is the Brian Scrolls on his
Totally.
phone segment.
Hey, you know what? It's no different than real life, I guess.
That's true.
Sitting around doom scrolling.
Well, we'll move on, and you just let us know when you figure out who he won the
No,
tag
that's
belts with.
totally who it is. They beat Shane Douglas and Tommy Dreamer.
Oh, there you go.
The
Yeah.
tag team championship. And
Very
their first
nice.
match is a tag team.
Was it Tasmaniac or Taz?
It was Tasmania.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I figured it was.
Yeah,
That would make
yeah.
way more sense.
Yeah. That concludes our bid on Kevin Sullivan.
That does.
R.I.P.
Are we going to, and I think we had a question about like fantasy booking, if the Rascals or the Radicals, not the Rascals, the Radicals had never left WCW.
Okay. I didn't see that.
All that, yeah, they were saying, what if Kevin Sullivan didn't run them out?
Oh, okay. Oh, Sullivan ran them out.
That's what was implied. I thought maybe I was mistaken by the question.
Oh, I
but,
think it was when he was booking.
I mean, Benoit was with him, so
Yeah,
possibly.
He put the belts on Benoit. How did he run them out?
I think it was, I think it was on one of the Dark Side of the Rings or something like that. He was talking about that. Kevin.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You want to know what my viewpoint is on that? It would be depressing if the Radicals had never left and gone to WWE, because I would lose all those memories that we got of them in WWE.
I mean, this is true. But it took
When they
them about a
first showed
year
up.
to do anything, when they showed up as the Radicals, that first year was rough. They
Well,
didn't
but I
do
mean,
anything.
Eddie broke his elbow. He dislocated his elbow on the first night.
First
so,
spot,
I mean,
yeah.
I mean, the other three, we put the light heavyweight title on Dean Malenko. And,
Yeah.
I mean, what did they do with Saturn? Nothing.
Well,
Yeah,
had a
he was
mop.
I was going to say that.
That's still down the line.
Mid area,
That was like a year or two later we got them off.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's my view on it. I'm glad they went there, though.
Yeah.
If they'd
In the
stayed,
end.
I mean, I don't think it would have saved WCW if they'd stayed.
No.
Well, no, but I think, WCW had started kind of going bigger guys at that point.
I think if anybody ran about it, would have been Nash with all of his comments and everything when Nash was the booker.
Nash never
Talking about
gave anybody trouble. What are you talking about? Kevin Nash is a saint.
He's all about the business.
He is definitely about the business.
And
His business.
It's money, bottom line.
Exactly.
That's right. All right. I guess we're moving on to. Did anyone watch NXT?
So I turned it on for
Yep.
like 5 seconds, and I don't even think I made it. I don't remember anything about it. I turned it on, and maybe it was on the background.
Well, you would have loved the beginning because Joe Hendry was in the ring like he was going to do something, and
You know
Wes Lee super kicked him right in the mouth.
But see, that's probably why I turned it off.
No, he was doing his little thing, and out of nowhere, Wes Lee super kick. And then Wes Lee didn't even say anything; he just left.
Yeah.
He came out later and talked, but
Okay.
And we had, Joe and Ethan Page
Mm-hmm.
talking about Joe was going to take the belt from him. And
Okay. Well,
we have a
definitely didn't see
new Heritage Cup champion.
that.
Correct?
The Charlie
Am I-
Dempsey match, right?
You what?
This was Charlie Dempsey?
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is the match I saw a little bit of. I saw a little bit of that.
I saw a little.
I'm going to go ahead and say I'm
Yeah.
about done with the Heritage Cup. I don't know why we need it.
No,
It's a cup.
it's big. Yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think about Charlie Dempsey?
I think Charlie Dempsey has potential.
Yeah. I think he kind of reminds
And
me.
I'm
of,
biased because he's Regal's kid.
For sure.
Yeah, he kind of reminds me of Bryan Danielson, Daniel Bryan, early on.
Or does he remind you more of Danny Garcia?
Who? The Rock's wife?
Well played, sir. Daniel Garcia, I guess I should say.
Oh yeah,
Guy that should have been in the Blackpool Combat Club, but they used old Wheeler useless.
Yeah, old Muppet looking Wheeler Yuta. Yeah, I said it again.
Muppet eyebrows.
It's fine. He just looks weird to me. Yeah. And I don't take him seriously as a tough guy. So, on wrestling, I'm not saying he probably can, like, mess me up a little bit. He's probably trained in some things that I'm not. However,
I don't think
on my television, he is not threatening at all. That's where I'm at.
I don't think that kid can strike a match.
Yeah, we'll move on after that one.
what? I'm trying to think who else. Who's the university?
Oh yeah, we had new tag champions.
New tag
too.
champions,
Yeah, Chase U won the tag belts. So I guess it was an eventful NXT. It was
Yeah.
just events that I don't really care
Who
about.
are the tag champs there?
It was freaking Axiom and Nathan Frazier still, which I never understood why they won them in the first place and why they held them as long as they did. It was kind of like when they had the two Rave girls, Cadence Carter and Katana and Chance. Is that what the names are?
The girl with the butt tattoo.
Right. Like they had the tag belts in NXT for forever. And I was like, they're cringy and not that great. Why do they still have the belts? And they just kept having them and having them and having them. So they do weird things, the tag belts in that company. I don't know why, but they
Yeah,
do.
look, that keg stand finish is pretty good.
Yeah, but I mean, dude, they're 3 feet tall. And they come out and they shoot smoke guns and like they're at a rave like it's 97. Like what are we...
Yeah, I'm not here for it either, but I mean, when they're in there competing against witches and all kind of other stuff,
At least the witch's gimmick is still something. I mean, like you're. I mean, it's more than rave girls. Are there still raves?
really?
I'm gonna ask you, Mr. Booking bands around town. There still do raves?
Yeah, well, it's not really raves. It's just a lot of goth girls
I'm listening.
Okay.
dancing.
So
to music.
witches.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. So that's more relevant than
They,
the rave
they-
girls.
At least once a month, there's one at East Room, and then there's one at Cobra.
It's Fascination Street. Is that what we're talking about?
Yes.
I've heard of this thing. I don't know why we're talking about local stuff on our podcast, but still.
You know the date of the next one?
It will be next month. I will let you know.
Okay. Goth girls dancing? Let us know.
We'll do.
Yeah, just keep us in the loop. So we were talking about NXT. Yeah, I don't know
Kinda
what else
fun
there is to
talking
talk
about
about.
NXT.
I am too. I mean, Wesley came out and said,
think that was
"Hey,
all I
I
really
turned
had.
because I don't need them." Blah
I
blah
don't
blah
care
blah
about
blah.
that. Look, we forgot on Raw about the New Day.
Oh,
We gotta talk about that.
You know why I forgot about it? Because I still don't understand what's even happening with it. And
Xavier's turning.
I understand, but why are we drawing this out forever?
Because Triple H draws everything out.
And if you turn Xavier just to make Odyssey Jones like the new Big E, this is going to fail miserably.
What if he takes Odyssey with him? With the-
Xavier, that would be great if he could
Yeah.
turn him. Yeah, that would be great.
I think there's money there.
Okay, well, tell people you know. Maybe you can get somebody to do that, but I don't think that's where they're going. I feel like they're trying to make Odyssey a super Big E baby
E,
face.
yeah.
I love everybody.
I love Big E, but I never saw him pick up two dudes the size of Tucker and Razor like he did. So
Well, he wasn't weak. I mean, it wasn't like he was, frail, except in the neck area, I guess. But
I mean, we just saw Jelly Roll choke slam. Who was it?
it was Austin Theory, right?
Yeah. So that I wouldn't put
Which means we just saw Austin Theory make somebody look like $1 million,
exactly
as he does.
Yeah. So like Jelly Roll.
That kid doesn't get the respect he deserves. Anyway, that's a topic for another thing.
We got something lined up this week, right?
For what?
For what's it, A-Town Down?
A-Town Down Under?
A-Town Down Under is about to blow up or something. I think he got.
I don't know how good that's going to be for Grayson Waller because
saw a clip.
as much as they want Grayson Waller to be that guy,
They gave him a match against somebody.
not ever going to be that guy.
Austin Theory got Grayson a match, and he's going to be in his corner. And he specifically said something. He's going to watch his back, like he always watches his. Connotation that he's about to,
Oh, they're breaking up. I don't know who's going to benefit.
The fans.
No.
The fans will,
No.
because we won't have to watch that team anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. I want to like Grayson Waller because I feel like they see something there. I just still haven't seen it.
I don't see a thing.
No.
I haven't seen it, and I want to understand it. Like he's a social media. He's like Logan Paul. That was his character, and then they signed Logan Paul. So now you can't be like Logan Paul.
No.
because we already have one of those. We have the actual one. But I never understood like his wearing boxing gear in the ring, and then he doesn't box.
Just finishes.
Like I've never understood.
Goes outside the ring, jumps in over the ropes. and
Yeah, but
gets
the
a
thing
stunner or
is,
something.
I've always hated that finish. And then he had a match. It was probably like 6 months ago, and he did a new move that should have been his finish. And whoever he was wrestling kicked out on 2. And I was like, well, that you had it, and then you lost it. So, yeah, I don't know what they're doing with him, except having him with Austin Theory, which is for me, it's holding Theory back.
So look, you brought up Logan Paul. We got to backtrack in a second.
Oh,
We
it's
talked about it
this
earlier.
will go into our Dominic is heel of the week
Yep.
thing.
Oh, yeah.
You saw Dominic Mysterio on Logan Paul's Impulsive or whatever he calls that show. Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen it, do yourself a favor
Oh,
because
yeah.
Dominic killed that show
Man.
and brought up Japan on this podcast, which made Logan Paul very uncomfortable. And then when he noticed he was uncomfortable, he kept bringing it up.
He's
It was
so hammered
fantastic
nails, man.
because he was like, yeah, I'd be a mega heel over there, and he goes, oh yeah, you would, especially if you wore that hat.
That Toy Story
Logan-
alien hat.
Logan Paul
that you wore.
couldn't handle it. It was very nice to see, and I just can't get enough of Dominic right now. He's killing
Killing it.
the game, and then they asked him if you had to choose between your wife and one of your on-screen girlfriends, who do you choose? And he looked at him like they were just stupid. He goes, my wife. Like everything he did made them look dumb, and it was fun.
Yeah.
It's good.
I enjoyed it. I mean, we did have some MJF stuff. If we're going to go ahead and talk about our heel of the week
Yeah.
segment, because MJF,
Runner up.
he brought the heat, but he didn't. I don't think he making Logan Paul feel very little and insecure. It's hard to top that one. But you want to discuss what MJF did? 'Cause it was pretty magical.
Yeah, MJF was on Wrestle Talk and just totally destroyed all the English people over there.
He really did.
He destroyed every one of them. He brought up Nazis.
He brought up skinheads, Nazis. Yes, he
Yes,
brought that up.
Brought that up. He brought up the
The dental issues.
dental issues,
Uh-huh.
yellow teeth, crooked teeth, which he led into that segue into Will Ospreay.
Yeah, who he said has the yellowest, crookedest teeth.
That's right.
Yep. And he was a lesser British person than the guy that was interviewing him, which was pretty nice.
Poor Ollie, who then he said like Ollie was like, I'm glad you touched my shoulder because it looked like it green screened in,
And MJF said, oh, you want to shake hands?
and then he immediately took his hand, hocked the loogie, and spit it into Ollie's hand.
And legit spit into his hand.
Yes.
Like it wasn't just the sound. It was pretty great.
Glorious.
Yeah, it's definitely worth a watch if you haven't seen it. So he's definitely, I would say, runner up.
Yes.
We're all going to agree on that.
So when is that match anyway?
25th, is that right? August 25th?
Is that all in or all out?
That's all in.
all in.
Yeah.
All in.
All in.
Yeah. And then they announced today that All In next year will be in Texas.
Oh,
Not at the Cowboy Stadium, but at the Rangers baseball stadium.
okay.
Yeah.
The Rupp. Is that the Rupp?
No, it was called Global. I don't know what the hell it's called. Some corporate sponsored thing, but it seats about 40,000, I think. So
Okay. It's probably still won't fill that in the States.
we'll see. Yeah.
We'll see.
They got a year to make it happen.
Oh, yeah.
That's right.
So
All right.
I guess we could talk about Dynamite. Did you get through Dynamite? Anybody watch the whole show?
Didn't even turn it on.
Yeah. You
Missed
told
it.
me you turned it on, and then
Well,
you
to
told
be
me you
fair.
turned it off.
That is true. I did turn it on. Not when it first came on. Some point in the middle of the show, I did turn it on, and Orange Cassidy came out immediately, and I said, "Why did I do this to myself?" And I immediately turned it back off.
Well,
I don't know. They were going to do some kind of match for a battle royal or something.
Oh yeah, it was what was it? Roderick Strong
Yeah. And I said, I just don't care. I just don't
O'Reilly.
care.
it was a pretty fun match.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
But I know of your hatred for
Of the orange one. The orange one won.
Did he win?
Yes, he did.
Okay.
But it was a good, three-way. where they were fighting each other, and then there was a couple of little segments where O'Reilly and Strong did a little undisputed.
They did.
Okay.
Couple of spots. It was pretty
And
nice.
I'll have to be honest. I didn't make it through the whole show,
Right.
so I don't know. I didn't see the Swerve and Wheeler Yuta. I don't really feel like I need to. Pretty sure Swerve won that, right?
Yes, he did.
Okay, just
Yes, he
making
did.
sure.
Yes, because Brian Danielson was in the audience, like with sad face on as he's watching his little buddy getting his butt kicked,
yeah.
and then he jumped in and helped.
Okay, well, we've covered the main. Mercedes Monet versus Sheeta was all right.
Okay, how was that?
Here's my thing.
That doesn't sound terrible.
Here's my thing about this match is after the match they did the thing where Britt's music comes on.
Oh yeah.
Camille trying to see where she's at, trying to find her, and looks over at the crowd, and there's the little masked figure like Britt dressed up there and whatnot. And Camille pulls that person over the rail, beats the dog shit out of them, and then Britt comes in from somewhere else.
You're like,
But here's my thing about it. Nobody said anything about it, like the fact that Camille just beat up a fan.
yes,
Like, there's no talk about it. There's no like, this is never supposed to happen, yada, yada, yada. There's just like, oh, that wasn't Britt. Somebody check on that guy.
Yeah.
Like, that's literally what it was.
give him a free T-shirt. There you go.
Yeah, they didn't say a word about it, unless I missed it. But that made me kind of chuckle.
What happened with Hook? I saw the
Oh, one eye hook.
thing.
Hook came out. He's got one eye.
Yeah.
He was, I want
What happened to
Jericho.
him again? Why is he out?
Jericho's a wizard, and he threw a fireball at his
He's
face.
throwing fireballs again.
Yep.
He's a wizard.
Hadouken.
Yep, that's pretty much what he did. So, and he said, "Yeah, I want Jericho." Jericho came out with the learning tree. Hey guys, all that stuff. And so Hook's gonna fight Big Bill next week,
Yes.
or is it Collision? I don't know. It's soon.
Yeah. Might be. Might be this.
And then after that, not Bash It Brooklyn. That's the wrong company. All In is gonna be Jericho and Hook. Anything else to take away from that, really?
The Adam Page, Jay Lethal.
Oh, I just meant from that segment.
from
No,
that
I was about
segment.
to say, Adam Page and Jay Lethal was a very fun match.
Yes. It
I know
was,
you don't like Adam Page, but
Jay
I do.
Lethal, on
I
the
really
other hand,
do like Jay Lethal.
Yes,
Jay Lethal brought back that classic Jay Lethal.
it was a fun match.
Yeah.
And they, whether you like Hangman right now or not, Hangman's going full crazy hardcore. Yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm enjoying it.
So who won?
Hangman.
Hangman.
Of course he did.
Of course he won.
Yeah, I mean that's.
Predictable matches all night. AEW. Tell who's going to win all of them.
I did not finish Young Bucks versus the Acclaimed.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
It says that, from what I've read, Young Bucks won by DQ.
Yet because of
FTR.
FTR came out and
FTR sighting.
Totally fine with that.
yep.
Yeah, not a very spectacular show, but I did enjoy Hangman Jay Lethal. That's worth a watch.
And the bits of the Orange Cassidy trios was
It was a fun match. I
was
know you
fun.
don't want to watch Orange Cassidy ever again,
right.
but it was fun to watch.
He didn't do much of his shtick. I mean, there was a little
Yeah.
bit.
And
little bit of
Mercedes
a
and
kick.
Sheeta, you should watch too.
Okay, I might
'Cause you
catch
like
that. I do like Sheeta. So that's the thing with AEW. When I can fast forward it, I'll watch it. I just don't have interest in watching it.
Was there
live.
any Mariah May stuff? Am I forgetting something? Because he'll watch that also.
Yeah, I'll watch Mariah May.
Yeah.
Oh, there was I think she did a little bit. They did a little video
A
package.
little
of her.
bit.
Yeah. I can't remember what happened in it, but it was she was, Technicolor version of her doing her.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just needed to put her back with Mina and just let Mariah.
Mina was on the show.
That's right.
Mina
She
did a
was.
backstage interview, and I thought about messaging you and saying, hey, I know you turned the show off, but you probably should turn it back on.
Because she was conflicted.
What would she be conflicted over? She just met Tony Storm.
She should not be conflicted. Yeah.
So Mariah's a girl.
Yeah, she's probably not conflicted. She's probably trying to lure Tony in.
Okay.
Yeah. More than likely.
Sure.
But I didn't figure you were interested in what she said.
No, I mean.
Okay.
not really.
Yeah.
So when I fast forward the show later, I need to watch Sheeta. What else?
Hangman and Jay Lethal.
I'm not going to watch that.
You should.
Just for Jay Lethal.
No?
Look, we talking like, is he doing like Ring of Honor, Jay Lethal?
Yeah, a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Oh yeah, actually, the beginning of it, he did some real Ring of Honor Jay Lethals.
Yeah.
All right, I'll give that a chance. What else?
You're not going to watch the three-way with
the
O'Reilly.
three-way, I
so
mean,
Watching
I'm not even going to talk
watching
about it.
Bucks. Was there any matches? Anything else?
Nah, not that you need to see.
The beatdown with Swerve, but
I didn't. Yeah, what? Explain more about the beatdown.
I was just Swerve
You're just
was
talking about the match in general.
yeah.
I didn't know if there was
as long
like post beatdown stuff.
As long
There
as one
was
of us
he was
watches
doing
the
it and yeah, I was gonna say BD came in and helped him out, but it was a typical backing up.
Are you guys friends? You like on? That's the nickname you BD.
Yeah,
What's
a
up,
little
BD?
bit, I remember back in Ring of Honor.
You guys are tight. I didn't know.
Right, yeah.
That's good.
I want to meet BD. Can I meet him?
He didn't come down to Coyote Ugly after the show. He didn't.
He didn't. He was one of the ones that didn't go.
I don't think I saw him.
Well, I'm sorry you missed out on BD.
Yeah.
You know who did come down there was Jerry Lynn. So. And Samoa Joe.
Yep.
And McGinnis,
Yeah, Nigel was there.
Nigel was there.
Jerry Lynn. We should try to get him on the show sometime.
Yeah.
I bet that would be fascinating.
I bet it would be fantastic.
The stories.
Speaking of people we might get on the show eventually, we should give a shout out to Wolfie D.
Yeah, Wolfie D. Hey, there goes another segue. Today we were cordially invited to the Memphis Wrestling Hall of Fame next
Because
month.
Wolfie D is going in
That's
as
right,
part of PG-13.
Wolfie D is going in. He sent the shout out for us to show up as the HeelSection and represent.
I'm sending a shout out. Congratulations to Wolfie D.
That's right.
Congratulations to our boy Wolfie, and we're making plans right now to attend. And we might just bring the podcast with us and go out there and see who we can talk to.
That's
You never
right.
know.
You never know. Might be your shot right there, Wolfie. You're going to the Hall of Fame. Do some media.
I was going to say we might need some little media passes.
Yeah, see if Wolfie can get us a press pass.
Yeah, something. Maybe some seats. I don't know, something.
I will make another official looking microphone with a
With a logo on it?
yeah.
Man, I'll wear like a hat with like one of those little tags on it that says press.
I'm just going to get a hubcap. That's my credentials for that. Hubcap necklace.
That's right.
And when you make the microphone, put one of those big fuzzy
Oh
microphones
yeah,
on top.
of course.
Yeah.
I actually have one at home, so
Oh,
we're good
thank
to go.
God. That's what I needed. We're definitely going now.
Yeah. So you think old JC Ice will show up?
Man, you would. In Memphis?
His own Hall of Fame? He'll
about
probably
to say-
still no show it.
You don't think in Memphis?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably 50-50 at best he makes it.
I guess we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Because I think we're going to make that happen. I think we're going to be able to get there.
That's September was it 13th?
Sure.
I think it was.
We'll go with that for now. So
Yeah.
We fact check that real quick. Moving right along. What else
He's
we got on
he's
tap?
fact checking stuff today like
right.
crazy. He's
Somebody's gotta do it.
He's
We gotta do
he's
some
on it
kind
for
of
it.
preparation.
yeah. Who else is? Do we know who else is going into the Hall of
September
Fame?
21st is the date.
That's
So
what
I
he
was a
said.
week off.
That's what he said. Do you know who else is going in the Hall of Fame?
I mean, looking at the
Why did I
pictures,
say that like regular show?
I mean, there's a lot of guys.
You
on
know
it.
who
I mean,
else?
But I don't
Double
see-
J is right
You
there.
got Jared on there. You got Lawler on the paper. You got the Rock and Roll Express.
Yeah, but who's going
Tom
in?
Pritchard. I don't know who all's going in
Yeah.
there. You know, I think that's
I'm getting a
Theo
pop from the crowd back there for the regular show reference.
There you go. I
You
don't
know who else gets a
I'm not,
pop?
I'm not sure who the classes are, who's inducting, who's just showing up.
Yeah.
Looks like it's going to be a good time.
My mom. In case anyone out there wondered if I have kids that are old enough to watch regular show, I clearly do.
Yes.
Is that the one with the birds? Is that-
There is a birds on there. Yes.
I've seen one of these shows with like a little blue bird or something.
That's it.
That's it.
Okay.
Did you guys know that this podcast was going to turn into a regular show talk? No.
No, I can participate.
There we go.
Hey, Laura's back,
Our
everybody.
producer Laura's back.
Yeah, she asked me this week if we edited her out. I was like, no,
Nope.
we did not edit you out.
No.
In fact, we're actually discussing putting a swing mic that direction so you can chime in when you want to.
And actually, you do pick up off of his mic.
That's true. It's a good mic. It's a good mic.
So what you got, Laura? Question of the week. You're supposed to have something for us. Now you're on the spot. It could be anything. It ain't got to be about wrestling.
I don't know what y'all are smiling. We can ask you questions too.
Studio audience.
Nothing?
She's got something. You got to give her a second.
Okay. Spoiler alert, I asked her this earlier and she didn't have anything. So you really are putting her on the
I know.
She went to lunch earlier and thought about it.
All right,
and
let's
still
talk
came
about
back
lunch.
to-
What'd you have for lunch, Laura?
Oh, I went to Speedy Burrito.
Speedy
and
Burrito.
I got a burrito.
Burrito.
Wait a minute. That's like going to Whataburger and getting a burger. This is crazy talk.
That's where you got that giant burrito.
Yeah, it is where I got the giant burrito. That's right.
I
Okay.
just got like a regular sized one, but it was good.
We are off the rails.
On the crazy train.
Yes.
It might actually get interesting.
I don't even know where to go from that. I'm hungry now.
Yeah.
You gotta go to Speedy.
Was there anything else?
No, we can do our weekly plug for Collectco in Lebanon,
right.
Tennessee. Laura, have you found some excellent stuff that we can sell live on our Facebook page?
Oh, absolutely.
What kind of stuff have you found?
I saw a couple of VHS tapes
Oh, yeah.
that were the live and
Remember those kids?
Binge and Purge. I saw a Danzig tape a second ago. I think.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. A lot
So-
of metal VHS over there.
The point we're trying to make is, and we've said this before, the reason it's called Collectco is because if you collect it, more than likely, we have it here at Collectco in Lebanon, Tennessee.
that's right.
Like, what do you collect? You collect comic books?
Got them.
Yeah, we got those. You collect vinyl records? We have a couple
Got a few of those.
100,000.
Action figures.
We have not only vinyl records, we have cassettes, we have CDs, action figures, all kinds of toys, coin and knife,
Laser disc.
There is
laser
a
disc, anything you
dusty
can
wreck
think of.
8 tracks back there.
We got plenty of 8-tracks.
8 tracks right there.
We have autographed, like, movie posters from the 50s. We have all kinds of random stuff. So, check out Collectco.
Where we
Follow
at?
them on Facebook. We are located in Lebanon, Tennessee at 101 Short Street. Check them out on Facebook. They go live pretty much every day of the week.
We're live right now. Every night.
Chad is live right now selling records up front.
That's right.
While we do the podcast. So,
You get home late from a show, turn on YouTube, you might see him on.
That's correct. You can watch the shows on YouTube or on our Facebook page, which is Collectco. It's Collect and then Collectco. Give them a follow. I promise you won't be disappointed. That's all I got. I had to do the plug, right?
That's right.
You got to plug the sponsors.
That's good.
I said sponsors like we have more than one.
The sponsor.
Yeah. We were going to have Prom be our sponsor, but I don't like drinking it during the podcast.
That's right. Yeah.
It doesn't, it's not good for the pipes.
No.
So, sorry, Logan, unless you do want to sponsor us, and then I'll change my tune on that.
Hope
keep
you,
Dom off your show.
and hope you get your vehicle fixed.
Yeah. Yeah. Get your vehicle
So we're
fixed.
closing. Looks like we're wrapping this up. We got everything figured out. Another week in wrestling talked about. We already figured
As much
out.
as we could. I think we pulled everything we could out of it. It was not that great.
Talk about anything with Impact or don't care about that.
I don't watch it. I don't have access
Don't have those
TV.
channels.
I have regular
You don't have
television.
access to access.
I have no access to access. Yeah.
It checks out. Okay, we figured out we got Goth Girls Dancing coming up. The date was what?
It is September 14th.
September 14th. Gotcha.
Thank you,
right.
Laura.
Yeah, Corey and I will probably be there. Doug, you coming?
I don't know. When is September 14th?
don't know.
I will try to free up my schedule and probably not go to Fascination Street.
With a few hundred people jammed into the Cobra.
Yes, yes. Hey, any shows coming up? I know you went to a big show this week
Yes, I did.
that some of our listeners might be jealous of.
I got into the Jack White show at Basement East.
Laura tried to get into that show,
And it was sold out.
and it was sold out the second she tried to get tickets.
And guess how I got in?
You got Laura's tickets.
So
I would tell me to guess.
here's the thing. So back when they were pretty much rebuilding Basement East,
Yes.
one of the co-owners saw my artwork and asked me if I wanted to paint the bar tops in there.
I remember you telling me about
Yes. And so I went there, and they have quite a few feet of bars in there. So I was in there, I was plotting out how much material I would need, and they were asking, the two owners, the main owners, Grimy and Dave, asked me, like, how much is it going to be? I said, you pay for the products, all the stuff, and I get into every show for free. And they sat and said, all right. So
You sly son of a bitch.
So
Look at you.
I just walk up to the door person and say,
Hey, I'm the guy.
and I get in.
Do you show them your exit in tattoo? Does it work there too?
No, but it's funny because they have to put on, the wristband, and it's right there on my
There you go.
exit in tattoo.
Yeah. Which the exit in tattoo.
I also get into free
That's
shows
correct.
there.
That's correct. That
It's
was
like
the deal they
secret
made.
Mutant power.
And
Getting in shows
not
for
probably like 95% of the shows at Cobra,
Yeah.
I get in for free.
Brian also went to a tiny little show this weekend
A little band called Metallica.
at a little place called Soldier Field.
Soldier Field.
Soldier Field.
Yeah.
Sold out to the tippy top of the roof.
Went both nights.
We did. both
Did you
nights.
make the Cubs game?
No, we didn't. They did beat the Sox both nights.
Well, yeah,
They swept
I
the
mean,
series.
Who doesn't beat the Sox?
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
Everybody this year, but I
That's
think
correct.
There's only 2 wins above them or something. So
Oh, that's not possible. They lost 27 games in a row or something like that. It's not possible.
check it later.
Yeah. Yeah, we're not great, but we're not that bad.
Metallica was awesome. It was good being in Chicago, fantastic city. We ate. The travel was good. We definitely did not get in free. It was very expensive.
It was, yes. I've heard this tale too. Did you, but you didn't get your one song that you're lacking of
No,
your. Yeah.
they did not play Leper Messiah, which
Yeah.
means they're going to play it probably, what is this, Thursday? They're going to play it tomorrow night.
While you're not
in,
there.
Minneapolis, because
Yeah.
if I don't go, they play it. And if I do go, they don't. And this will be the 6th time I've missed it. by
Have
one
you
show.
thought maybe of us disguising you when you go into a show? Then they won't know you're there.
It's possible. 'Cause I'm 41 shows deep now. I'm seeing all of the live songs. I'm trying to see out the first 5 albums. Kill 'Em All, Ride the Lightning, Master of Puppets, Justice for All, the Black Album. I decided I was going to try to catch all these songs live, so I've been following them on tour for years now. 30 years this month. I've seen 41 shows. I'm down to 4 songs from having achieved this goal. I got Leper Messiah off Master of Puppets. Then we're down to the 3 impossible ones. And see, Leper it's stupid. They're playing it on this tour. I just keep missing it.
Yeah.
And the 3 impossible ones are Eye of the Beholder, which hasn't been played since like 1989. You got To Live Is to Die. It's been played in full 1 time, and I missed that by 2 shows in 2011. The one time they ever did play it, it was 2 shows later I was there in San Francisco. And the other one is Afraid Ends of Sanity, which they played a handful of times overseas. I don't think it's been played in the States, so I haven't really had a chance to get that. But if they ever do Justice in full, and they will, because they've done the other 4 albums in full.
Yeah, I was going to say whatever the anniversary for it is.
Yeah, it'll come up, and I'm going to be there wherever it's at. I'll knock off those 3. How stupid will it be to have seen all of them except one
song.
That's where we're at.
Man.
But it was a good weekend. We're tired, so it was a lot of travel.
And I've only seen them 13 3/4 time.
3/4?
Yeah.
What happened on the 3/4?
When James broke his back
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, you call it, that's 3/4. I was down with
in
you.
Chattanooga. So it was just them and Kid Rock.
Was that
Sorry.
Atlanta?
Was it?
Yeah, was
it
the
Atlanta?
Georgia Dome, and they did Kentucky.
You mean WWE Hall of Famer Kid Rock?
Yeah, Kid
Yeah.
was there.
It was an outdoor venue. Was it Atlanta?
Sanitarium.
Yeah. Yeah, it was them with Korn and
If they did Chattanooga, I would have been there too. That's the only reason I'm like Chattanooga. I know
Maybe it
they
was
did-
Atlanta.
They did Atlanta at the Georgia Dome, and then
Yeah.
they did Kentucky, and they moved on. And there's like maybe 3 shows. James
I could do
missed.
a whole podcast of just letting them talk about Metallica. Yep.
yeah,
It's true.
yeah. So James wasn't there, so like other band members came in and did his
It was
parts.
fantastic.
Yeah.
And Melanie was going to go to that show with me, but she didn't want to go. She sent me by myself. So
That is not true. I was not old enough
she wasn't old enough to go.
to go.
Wow.
On my
Womp
own.
womp.
I still lived at home with my parents, and they forbade me from going to Atlanta with some guy they didn't know. They looked like Charles Manson in my eyes.
That's factual. That's what happened.
Yes.
Well, I think ending it on Charles Manson might be the way to do
That's
it.
it right there.
Because I don't have anything to add. I saw no live music this week, so.
We got to always do our shout outs for the people that are listening, because I got some feedback from Primetime again. He's
Okay,
made,
yeah.
He's made it through
Our
every
boy
process
Also,
so far.
my buddy Webb
Webb's listening.
is listening. He actually commented on the YouTube page.
Okay.
Shout out to Webb. I think Carol Anderson's still listening.
Yeah, my mom might still
All
be
right.
listening.
Very
She
cool.
hasn't
All right.
told me she listened to it since the second episode. She
Yeah.
said it was good to put on when she was driving or going to sleep. So maybe it was
There we go.
captive audience.
It is
or
very
boring.
soothing.
Yeah.
One or the
Yeah.
other.
Hearing her son talk about wrestling.
Yes.
She can hear that anytime
It's
she
amazing.
wants.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of the people on the HeelSection page are starting to, which I would hope they would, because they're the ones that asked us to do this for so long. There's probably plenty of people in the world that are like, why are they doing this? It's their fault. And so they should definitely have to listen.
Yep. I did have one or two of my coworker friends listen because one of them responded on there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Positively, I hope.
Oh, he talked about when I, put a uncurse on Logan Paul. That was
Yeah.
probably me that really did curse him.
It could have been.
So,
You've got magical powers.
I sure do.
And of course, we got to give a shout out to Laura and Paul, our captive audience here.
Yeah,
Heard every episode so far,
that's right.
whether they wanted to or not.
Yeah.
Actually,
Yeah, when we say we're live at Colecco, that doesn't mean the store's closed and people aren't working. People work here 24 hours a day. I know you probably think I'm joking. I am not.
We are literally here disrupting their workplace.
Yes, but I got permission from the owner, so we're good. We're good on that. So, anything else you guys feel the need to get off your chest or discuss or
think we're
shout
good.
out?
Joe Hendry still sucks.
That's just because you don't believe.
I don't.
Well, he'll keep trying to make you believe.
And my daughter's Twitter account is still banned
And why is that?
because she believes in Joe Hendry.
That's true. That is true. But it's okay. She's telling me she doesn't, but she is banned because she defended him. So, I feel like you believe. Anyway, I think that's our time for the week. Thanks everybody for listening. Tune in again next week. Please check out Colecco on Facebook and on YouTube. And we do have an official YouTube podcast channel coming up. We're just having a little bit of technical difficulty with it,
YouTube.
but we're going to get it figured out. And that's all I got this week.
That's all, folks.
Thanks everybody for listening.
bye.